Mm. Well, hello there. How we doing? It's been 2 weeks. How you been? What it is, what it do, how we doing? How are you? Is your boy Puro Caballero, aka Mario Caballero, aka the Masapan Don himself, aka Drugs Bunny, aka the Motley Foo, CD Gonzalez, Slow Toke Rodriguez in the building. What's happening? It's your boy Mario Caballero here, and this is the Puro Caballero Show, episode number 104. Alrighty. Keep it moving, keep it moving. How we doing? How we doing? It's been a few weeks. A little procrastinating on my end in terms of getting this episode up and out of here, but hey man, shit be happening. Life be happening, man. So yeah. Cheers to all that good shit. Yeah. Getting going early here on a Saturday. It is Saturday, February the 26th, the year 2022. We just had the 22222 day that happened on Tuesday, and everybody who's into numerology was freaking the fuck out. Yeah, that's what happened. Shit, man. Are we doing all right? We doing okay? We doing all right? We survived the onslaught of World War III that's happening down in Eastern Europe. It's crazy. It's just popping off. She's literally popping off out there. So, yeah, man, crazy shit. Read a fucking newspaper or uh, some Yahoo news article or whatever the fuck, Google News, Apple News, whatever you do, whatever you listen, read into to get more info on that shit. Because I don't really be knowing the most about it. Yeah, Russia be tripping. Russia be like, yeah, we want this shit. And Ukraine's be like, no, what the fuck? We're our own sovereign, independent peoples. And Russia's like, well, we fucking took Crimea before, so what the fuck you gonna do? And yeah, whole bunch of political bullshit going on right now. Unfortunately, the people of the Ukraine are all stuck in doing whatever the fuck they gotta do to survive. So yes, I keep reading about some, you know, fucking military action that's happening over there, and it's just like, man. So fucking wild times, wild times. Yeah, I don't know why we gotta get started on this fucking this fucking tip. But what's been going on with me, man? Let's see. Some shit's going on in my personal life. Stand up's still going strong. We still up and moving, man. Had a pretty busy week. I'm not gonna lie. Last couple weeks. Let's see what has happened in the last few weeks. Yeah, had a few things. Let me see. Last time I talked to you guys, had I just come off the Ty Angel show, did a roast battle, did a show at the Ren. Let's see. This week we oh yeah, I got to be part of that Laughter Hour show, comedy show with Stephen Briggs. That was fun. Got to do a DJ set afterwards. That was very very fun. Shout out to the homie Lorenz. Larry A goes by Benzi on Instagram. Uh, yeah, we had a fun time that night. Uh, what else? What else? Gotta look at my set recordings. What have I been doing? Where have I been going, man? Where have I been going? Did did the set at the Crow's Nest in Long Beach. Where was that one at? Oh yeah, so I gotta do a set in Long Beach for the homie Tony Grams. Did a set over there. Did a couple open mics. One in Fullerton, another one in Long Beach last week. Did the show last Tuesday in North Hollywood at the Yes Baby Vintage Clothing Store, and had a little bit of a mix up on the start time, so I had to leave the show a little early because we had our Ty Angel comedy show that we did last week, which was very fun. Trying to think of the lineup here. Yeah, we had Matt Dan, Justin Lane, Madison Clark, Marcel Archer, Jacob Rosales, and we were supposed to have Nessa Vasquez on there, but we had a little situation that happened. So she got like one of our weed vape pens from VJ, the homie Supreme Kai, and he had given her one because he had a couple to give away to some of the comics, and she took a rip inside the bar, and I think it was a little too fat for her, and she got pretty stony baloney, and she came up to me, in the middle of the show, or I came up to her and was like letting her know that she was gonna come on next. And she's just like, "Oh my god, I don't know if I could do this right now. Like I'm too high right now." And I just give her a second. I'm like, "Are you sure about this? Like you want to take a second?" She's like, all right." And asked her again. She's like, "Yeah, like I can't go right now. Like I'm not gonna remember anything that I'm gonna need to say on this." So I'm like, all right, no problem, no problem." So I felt bad because she came out and everything. She was supposed to be part of the show, part of the lineup and everything, and it's yeah, we couldn't get her on. So, so I'll have to book her on another show sometime in the future. So shout out to Nessa though. She got a little too high for her own doing. I mean, if you know who Nessa Vasquez is, she's like what? She's like 40 pounds or whatever. She's like freaking tiny. So yeah, she took a fat rip, and then yeah, she was a red-eyed Jedi looking at me, man. I was like, okay, I get it, no problem, no problem. So we had to fix the lineup a little bit, but yeah, well that we had a fun time, we had a fun show. If you're around here, we're gonna be running every other week at Thai Angel Bar. Come through, check out one of our shows every other Tuesday. Our next show will be on March the 8th, and then followed up by March the 22nd. So yeah, those will be our next two dates for next month in March. Definitely come through. We got some cool acts already booked on these lineups, and yeah, you're not gonna want to miss it. Give me a follow on Instagram at Puro Caballero. Follow our production page, Out of Breath Productions. Link is also on my page as well. But yeah, we post up all the flyers and all the information and all that stuff all right there. Yeah, we might have some other locations in the works as well too for doing some shows. So like anytime we put new shows up and whatever we're producing, we'll put it up on there. But yeah, so that was last week. Got to do that. Where else did I go up? I'm trying to see. Did did a set at Accidental a couple nights ago. Yeah, I tried to get up on the Improv, didn't get chosen, but yeah, shit happens. I'll be up there at some point. Yeah, did oh yeah, shout out to Matt Dan who we had on the show on Tuesday. He got me on a couple of the shows that he runs with his co-producer Matt Catanzaro. Very hilarious, great host as well. Um yeah, so they did a couple shows over at the Oweno Vino wine bar that is in Glendale area. And so they have the Welcome to Pluto show, which is like a book show. We just do straight comedy, just all your prepared material, and then they have a show called Ill Prepared, where it's just it's kind of like improv. It's just riffing off of topics from the crowd and whatnot. So I'm not gonna lie, so this is the second time I got to do both of those shows. Before I did them sometime last year, and oh my god, dude, the room was pretty live, man. I fucking had a great time. So thank you, Matt, and thank you, Matt, for the spot and the time. We had a good show. Met a few comics. Met Maria Dakotas, I think I want to say her name. She's from New York City. She was in town. She's running a show at Dynasty's Typewriter. Shout out to Maria. Charles Kelly. Oh my God, Charles H. Kelly. If you have a chance to book this motherfucker, book him. He is hilarious. Holy shit, dog, dog. His set is oh my God. Yeah, I've seen him like 3 or 4 times, and like every time he leaves people in stitches, man. He's one of those. He just doesn't let you breathe. It's just like ah ah hit you again. Bah! Oh, you thought it was we ain't done, bitch. Bah! He just keeps coming at you with laughs, man. So he's fucking yeah. He's got he's got a crazy style. Like I couldn't do his style. Like it's you got to be very. It's very particular. I don't want to ruin. I don't want to step on his shit. But if you got a chance to catch him, definitely go check him out. He was on the show. He ripped it. Everybody else had a good set. Everybody else did awesome. Um, yeah, a few comics that I had never seen before that did a really good job there too. Well, I want to give him shout outs. I want to give everybody shout outs here. Yeah. Oh yeah, Henry Sir. Henry was good from Canada. Courtney Hole, she did awesome. Sophia closed out the show. She did amazing as well. Ben Nicholson. How did I forget Ben Nicholson? Forrest Wheeler. He had a set up top. It was very, very good as well. So yeah, they all did amazing. So we had a good time there. It's pretty cool too because it's like a small room, so you get like 10 people in there, and it's fucking live. So it was nice. It was fun. And then the ill prepared was fun too. That's always it's always interesting just being able to do stuff kind of like just not prepared. Just be like, all right, let's fucking do it. Let's fucking do it. But yeah. So we had a fun time. That was the last couple shows that I've been doing. Let me see what else has been going on. Oh yeah, I got to do the Mega Bash comedy show last night. I had fun. I mean, the room was so. It was a little bit of a dour moment, a little bit of a damper on the of um of the show, considering the fact that one of the people who was one of the talents originally, a man by the name of Donny Davis, had passed away a few days prior. So I want to say right now, R.I.P. to Donny Davis. He was as a little person. He was colloquially known as a midget prior to a few years ago, I guess. Um, I don't think he can be upset about it right now because he's underground now, I guess. Or he's no longer with us. Oh shit! Like I don't know. It's just fucking in bad taste. But man, I don't know. Donnie was a character, man. Donnie's cool to kick it with. So yeah, it was me. I got to work with Andy Lowe and then Ethan Miller, who was producing these Mega Bash comedy shows. And Donnie was one of the talents that they had to kind of like make it kind of a variety show. So they had different skits that they would do with him on stage and whatnot. I remember one time he dressed up as like a Blue Man Group kind of outfit. First time it was for like Ethan's birthday, and he came out with like a boxing gloves and like the boxing shorts and a robe on, and he was hitting them for every year of his birthday. And I was sitting in the back of the DJ booth hitting the fucking like little sound effects, a little whoopsh, 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 just hitting those the whole time. So yeah, I had fun times. He was a character. He looked like he loved to live life and just to enjoy himself, man. Because we went. There was a couple of times where we would like prep for some of the shows and stuff because I'd be DJing and whatnot, just go over some of the sound cues, and yeah, we'd be having a fun time sitting there getting just drinking, smoking, um, having a good one, just chilling. But yeah, I didn't know him too well, but I would see him around and stuff like that too. And I had just saw him the weekend before. Um, yeah, like a week ago, last not yesterday, but a week from yesterday, at Stephen Briggs' Laughter Hour show that he had at downtown LA, which was very fun as well. Jeremiah Watkins, David Lucas, a few others. I'm missing right now, but Donnie was there at that show, and Donnie did he was he man. Anytime he's in the crowd, he's just like doesn't give a shit about heckling or just like talking shit sometimes to the to the comic. So every once in a while, that's kind of just you're just like, come on, bro. And then sometimes it's some magic though. So sometimes the comic can go back and forth with them and really hit them strong. But yeah, I know David Lucas was there. He was I don't know if you're familiar with him. He comes from like the roast battle kind of scene and that kind of vibe. So he was going back and forth roasting Donnie, just like, oh shit, man. He went on for a couple minutes, and it was so funny. I was talking to my friend Alan, who's Alan Chow. He was at the show I was at last night at the Mega Bash, and he was just like, "Bro, did David Lucas put put the nail in his coffin?" I was like, "Bruh, I don't think it was like that, man. I don't, I don't want to think of it that way." That he fucking roasted him so hard that he fucking turned to off himself. I really do not, I really do not think that happened. But yeah, man. R.I.P. to Donnie Davis, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't want to hold out. I don't want to speculate one way or the other, but as to like what happened to him and all that shit, I'll just just let that be. But man got a write up in TMZ's. He was in Hollywood just doing shit. So um, yeah, that sucks. That's unfortunate. But so yeah, the show we started off by like, kind of giving like some remembrance to him, but then yeah, Andy Lowe, he was hosting last night, and it was just like, all right, RP to Donnie. Now, do you want some comedy coming up next? And it was just like, fuck, like it wasn't the smoothest transition. When you're doing a comedy show and there's like you're mourning somebody's loss, sometimes it's weird about bringing it up. Like I don't know, you gotta just take it head on right at the top or just bring it up at the end. But like I don't know, it is what it is. But so yeah, we did the show last night. It was unfortunate too because like the comic who went on before me was going off about how she felt that he was like kind of had her in a compromising position at some point during one of the shows that they did, and like I don't like in the green room kind of area. I don't know. It was a weird vibe, and then I had to come on and just be like, "Hey, jokes, folks." Like, God damn it. She kind of like Might have walked a few people from the room too, and I was just like, fuck, damn it. But oh well. Oh well, you can't control what's in front of you, man. I guess you just gotta fucking deal with it when it's just your turn. But yeah. I was like, fuck. All right, I'm not dressing any of this. I'm just going into my material. Fuck this. I'm talking about that. Um, so yeah, man. Um, that's been my last couple weeks, and uh, yeah, interesting stuff. Back on the job hunt again. That's an unfortunate thing that happened in my life where position that I thought I was going to be able to have unfortunately didn't come through longer than I anticipated, or as long as I anticipated. So that unfortunately ended. So yeah, back on the job market. If you got a fucking role for me, let me know. Hit me up. So yeah, just doing that shit, just trying to fucking handle the bills and figure out what the next check's coming from and all that stuff. That's just been on my mind the last few days. So last few weeks. So yeah, that's just kind of been my emphasis, and just still trying to let the comedy shit just kind of just go where it may. And yeah, man, still trying to grind, still trying to hustle, man. Trying to be on here a lot more often, man. I'm trying to get this Twitch stream up and moving, trying to DJ a little bit more. Um, yeah, man. The last couple gigs that I had were pretty fun. If anybody who was in here saw that the stream we did at Thai Angel Bar, we had a so we did the show, and then like a friend of ours was out in the area celebrating her birthday, and she had like a whole crew with her, so maybe like 10, 15 people. And then so after they went out drinking to the first bar, we finished our show, and then like maybe 20, 30 minutes later, they showed up at Thai Angel, and then we just like shut that shit down for like the rest of the night. Yeah, we went after hours. We were drinking till like 4 in the morning. Oh my god, dude! Like, if you guys were here, you saw it. My stream was like 3 hours long, and we started it at like 1. So like, yeah, we ended it at like probably around 4 a.m. I didn't go to bed. I think until like after 5:30. So it was a long Tuesday night to say the least. Okay. So yeah. I think I want to do that though. I think I want to do that. I think I'm trying to fucking just party and just stream out in the wild venues and shit like that, because that was pretty fun. That was pretty cool. One thing I got to do is I got to hook up the microphone correctly so I can like talk to you people, because I just had to do it through the chat. We have a mixer for like the microphone for like the main performance, but that wasn't coming through in the feed. So yeah, I can rearrange it and have it come through my controller, which is how I'm doing it right now. So like yeah, um, or we can figure it out too, so I can get that mixer as like um output, um register it as on my the OBS system or whatever too. So I just gotta add it. Yeah, this is fucking in the weeds shit that nobody gives a damn about. But yeah, we're coming back, and I'm gonna be able to talk to you people. All right. So that's gonna be popping. I'm gonna be doing that shit. Yeah, what else is happening? Yeah, that was yesterday, last week. So yeah, like I said, we have oh yeah, we got the Shenanigans show that's coming down tomorrow. Let me see if they posted any info on the flyer, cuz like they don't always tag me in the shit shenanigans. Da, 227. Yep. Oh yeah, this was a little old. This was a post from a while ago. Mm, damn, 12 days ago. Oh yeah, they posted about this a while back. A while back. Dun dun dun. This is terrific comedy. All right, yep. 8 p.m. It is at. Oh, you got a DM for the Addy. DM for the Addy. DM for the Addy. That's what it says right here. All right, so yeah, go to Shenanigans Mike on Instagram and let them know, because I could tell you, but they don't want me to. JP Putin Vital, Miranda Meadows, and Ben Nicholson, they run that show. So yeah, we'll be DJing all that shenanigans, all the craziness that's gonna be happening at that spot. It's gonna be pretty fucking lit. It'll be wild. It'll be wild, man. It's just crazy shit. I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know what's gonna happen. Apparently, there's gonna be a shot caller. So that's fucking. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But we're DJing it, me and Kai. So we'll be there. Oh shit! Way funky up in here in the Bay Area. What's happening, bro? Uh, let's see. Hold on a second. Uh, 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 uh. All right. Yeah, I might have to end this podcast a little sooner than I anticipated, just because I might be getting a ride to some shows out here tonight. Anyway, yeah, we should fucking get to it. We should fucking get right to it, right? What's happened in the last 2 weeks? Well, we had the Super Bowl and we had the NBA All-Star Game. Those are two big things. I'll definitely talk about that. Let's talk about the Super Bowl first. Congrats to the LA Rams getting a championship. First championship in the team's history in being LA. They didn't get one before when they were in LA. They got one in St. Louis. They left and now they're back and now they got one. So yeah, congrats to them. They Aaron Donald, he definitely deserved it. That man was a fucking beast. Oh my god. There's that one play where he knocked Burrow out of bounds in the third quarter, and then the whole offensive lineman and the whole bench got up in his face. They should not have done that because that fool flipped a switch and just went into like mean mode. He's just like, fuck everything, man. Fuck the world. He was just wrecking everybody out there, man. It was fucking crazy. Mm. He was a beast. Cooper Kupp, oh my God, he played amazing down the stretch. That last drive, that was pretty incredible. Stafford, he had a couple bad throws, but like typical Stafford fashion, he makes a couple throws where you're like, holy fuck. Like that one he threw no look like this over here, over the middle. Um, in front of the safety, behind the corner, past the linebacker, like in between three defenders. Like, oh man, that was incredible. Odell Beckham getting that early touchdown too, and then getting injured. He had two big plays, and then had to leave the game. So he tore his ACL. That's unfortunate. A turn of events for him, but luckily enough, he got a Super Bowl victory and was able to help the team get there. Um, there's so much shit that happened. Fucking missed a lot of missed calls. The Rams had some that they got away with at the end of the game, but there was a PI call that was a little iffy. But earlier in the game, there was a PI call that they missed against Cincinnati, offensive PI, where the guy grabbed the face mask for Ramsey. T. Higgins grabbed it and just like pulled it like in a quick motion. And he went up, caught the ball, and then scored like a 75-yard touchdown or something, a real long play right before the beginning of the third quarter. Yeah, it was fucking wild. So it ended up being a crazy game. Burrow, I mean, that offensive line wasn't able to do enough, man. Wasn't able to do enough down the stretch. The second half was like a little bit bogged down after that first touchdown that was scored there. Right up until the end, right up until the end of the game. So I was happy with the results. I made a little bit of money, made some cash, had a couple of bets on the game. The bets on the game that I had, the two that I lost, I was betting on Leonard Floyd to get the first sack. Had really good odds. If it would have happened, would have made a lot of money. Didn't. Rams got the ball first and they got sacked first, so shit happens. Then it was a halftime show. I was gonna bet to see. Oh no, I'm doing a chronological order. So the one I did, okay, no. The one I did bad, the other bad one that I had, I was like, it was for the halftime show. You could bet on two things. You could bet on what the color of Snoop Dogg's shoes were gonna be, which I think they were gold or white or one of the two. Could have won some money on that. And then the other one was what's going to be on Eminem's head when you first see him on stage. And the craziest odds were nothing on his head. I was like, all right, let's see if he does like a Slim Shady tribute or something like that. And then throws the hood on after. But he didn't. He was wearing the hat and the hood. And there was like the hat had the best odds, and then the hood had the second lowest odds, I guess, the worst odds. But if he had no hat on, I would have won a lot of money, man. I'm just gonna say that. So that didn't happen, but oh well. And then moving forward, we had the ones I did get right. Stafford threw a touchdown in the first quarter. Thank you very much, Odell. Thank you for catching that. I had Evan McPherson kicking a field goal in the third quarter. and he did that. Thank you very much, Evan. I knew you had ice water in your veins that whole time. I'm like, he's gonna make a second half kick, man. And I was debating between the third or the fourth quarter. And I was like, man, it's the fourth quarter. It might be tough. They're trying to come back. They might not want to kick a field goal. They might try to go for touchdowns. And I was like, all right, maybe it's third quarter. They're still in the game. Maybe they're down double digits. They want to cut it to a one-score game or something. Maybe they'll kick a field goal then. Maybe they get the red zone. They just want points, whatever. So I was just like, yeah, it'll probably happen in third. And then when I saw him at a halftime, he wasn't in the locker room, but he was just there watching Snoop and Dre and shit. And he's just like dancing and shit on the sideline, just enjoying himself. I got his hands in his pads and shit like this, gigging. I was like, oh, for sure, this dude's got ice water. This fool for sure kicking this field goal. There's no doubt about it, man. And when he lined him up, I'm like, ooh, it's some money right here. I just made like fucking $40 or whatever. Man, that was fucking dope. So I'm glad he did that. And then the one I was really hyped about, the one I won the most money on, was the color of the Gatorade bath, right? Put some cash down on that, and it was blue. And so I was thinking like, all right, the Rams gonna win, but if I just bet the Rams straight up to win or the spread, they didn't cover the spread, but if they did, I was like, I still wouldn't make that much money. So I was like, all right, if they win, they gotta dump Gatorade on somebody. Like, there's only a couple colors they'll probably choose. Like maybe the yellow lemon lime flavor. But I was like, nah, let's go with the blue one. So they hit the blue and won some money. So I was excited about that. The funniest plot of every time I watch the Super Bowl with fucking Kai is just like, it's hilarious. He always bets money on the the coin toss, and he won like the last 2 years prior. So he put some more money this year and he lost this year. So he was all upset at the beginning of the game. For the last couple years we watched it, he's just like, he up there clapping, just like, yeah, baby, fucking heads. Oh shit. The things we gamble on, we have no control over, man. It's fucking wild. So yeah, that was the Super Bowl. Rams won it. The halftime show was pretty wild, man. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. I like the fact that they snuck in Anderson .Paak there at the end, and they just had him playing the drums. Man, I think he was the happiest dude to be there the whole time. That dude was just smiling so wide, bro. Like, I know he's got like veneers or whatever the fuck, like white ass big old teeth now, but like that fool had like the biggest smile, just over there fucking playing and shit, dude. Oh man, I was happy for him. He was so happy. I was happy for him being in that moment. Like, man, I want to enjoy something as much as he's enjoying this right now, man. Yeah. So, people talking shit about Eminem and how he like was sitting down, or he wasn't sitting down. He was kneeling, after his performance, and part of me thinks he was doing it as a protest or like as in tribute to Kaepernick, and the other part of me just thinks he's just old and like probably needed a little bit of a break at the time. He probably went down on that knee and probably was just like, hold on, I can't get up as quick as I did back in 98. Like, these knees and this back is not where they need to be. So I heard Krista Stefano talking about like, yeah, maybe he was just checking out his Jordan exclusive Jordan 3s down there, man. Was it DeStefano? Somebody? Maybe it was at the Bill Simmons podcast. I don't remember. I heard somebody talking about that shit. But yeah, man. Everybody was giving shit about 50 Cent hanging upside down and shit like that, man. I mean, I get it. They're recreating the music video for whatchamacallit, in the club. Yeah, they're recreating that like scene in the music video where he's just like hanging from the ceiling. So I get it. It wasn't the best look for him, and everybody put the side by side comparison of like the original one and him, and yeah, he's a lot bigger now, but also what is that, like 20 plus years ago that came out. So hey, man, what's fucked up is they had a what was it, Bizarre from D12, the big old chunky dude who used to wear like the shower cap on stage. He they did My Band, and they did a parody of that scene, and they had him hanging from the ceiling, but they just took the clip of that full big fat fool hanging from the ceiling and they put it next to 50 today, and I was like, oh, Bruh. These memes are too wild. These memes are too fucking crazy, man. The internet's undefeated. It really is. Like you can go up against it, but it's gonna just gonna miss. Like you come trying to punch Floyd Mayweather or something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was funny. That was funny. They're pretty ruthless on him. Yeah, man, that's fucking crazy, crazy shit, bro. Dude, I knew the Rams were gonna have a great chance to win the game when they came out to Nipsey Hussle, as like they ran out the tunnel onto the stadium. It's like, whoo, man, they got the home crowd. Even though there was probably like more Bengals fans there than there were Rams fans. I feel like a lot of people were there just to be seen. A shit ton of celebrities. It was like LA Super Bowl. What do you expect, man? Those tickets were going to like $5,000-$6,000 for like the nosebleeds and shit. Like it was insane. It was crazy, man. Ah, damn, damn. Wild shit, wild shit, wild shit, wild shit. Let's see what else going on in the NFL. Brian Flores got a job. He's got a linebackers coach, defensive assistant coach role with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Congrats to you. Um, Let me see here. Okay, perfect. 453. Let's see here. Mm-mm. Perfect. Let's see what else happened. The Dallas Cowboys paid $2.4 million in settlements to some ex cheerleaders because they had a situation where they had a peeping tom. They had this allegations that were put up against their former vice president of PR and communications. This guy named Richard Dalrymple. Dalrymple. Yeah, so apparently I was reading the story. It was like they had a changing room for like some event where the cheerleaders were there. So like here's the lockers, right? The lockers right here. There's a private changing area over here. Um and there's like a couple entrances to the locker room. And apparently he went into one of the entrances and there's like a little hallway that you can like, like an inlet. So he was hiding behind that spot and around the corner is where they were changing and being, like exposing themselves as just as they were getting into their uniforms, their outfits, or whatever. And so apparently, this guy, being the scumbag that he is he stuck around there. They had asked, they were like, "Hey, is anybody in there?" And he didn't respond or say anything. And then he took his camera and like crept around like the edge of the corner and went over to the area where they exposed themselves, and he was recording them and had some footage apparently or some photos. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. So this happened like what, like 5-6 years ago, or something. So it was not a good look. The guy ended up resigning from his position once a little bit more of this information was like starting to come out. But yeah, Cowboys ended up paying settlements to each of the cheerleaders. I want to say there was like maybe 8 cheerleaders there or something like that. Maybe less. I think it was less, maybe like 4 or 6. But regardless, yeah, that's shitty. That's shitty behavior. And and what was the horrible part about it was like there was some issues with like the Cowboys like defending the personnel during the investigation. I don't think he was necessarily suspended at the time, and there was like issues about like the um how this information was passed along and like the follow up and like or the lack of follow up within the organization to investigate and until like legal matters were kind of brought forward. And so yeah, there's a lot of bullshit that was going on, man. So what the fuck, man? Can we just let people be in peace, man? Like what the hell? So yeah, they I would say very much deserve that money that they got because that was not a fucking good work environment to be in, man. This is fucking crazy. Um, let's see what else going on. MLB baseball still in a lockout right now. They're still trying to figure out what's going on with the season. They've canceled some spring training games right now. They've been meeting all week this last week, trying to figure things out, hammer out some details, plans for the next season. I think some of the big changes that might make are some of the rules like on the field. I think that they're gonna implement the designated hitter in the National League ballparks as well. So there's not going to be any more pitchers that are going to hit. Um, that's a rumor that's pretty strong right now, given some consideration. A lot of the major details that they go under are like they're negotiating is based off of like salary for the minimum contract players, years of how they like manipulate the service time for like a lot of the young players so that they can have them under contract for an extra year or two. They're trying to like do away with that a bit. There's issues with like the salary cap. Or not, it's not a salary cap in baseball. It's they call it the luxury tax threshold. So if like you spend over that amount for X amount of years, you pay a certain amount of percentage more in penalties. Even though it's not like a strict hard cap, so you still can technically spend a lot of money like on a per season basis. But if you do it, I think it's like 1 year in a row you get like 20%. Doc 2 years in a row it's like 30%. 3 out of 4 years you get like 40%. So something like that. There's like some math rejiggering and stuff like that. So they're arguing over like the exact percentages and all that stuff too. How certain uh, the draft system I know is being looked at. I know the Major League Baseball wants to do like an international draft, but the Players Association still wants them to be considered like free agents, so they get like open bidding instead of having specific draft slots where that they could institute minimum maximum salary so they can like control these superstars coming from other countries. They can pay them like a little less than what they would negotiate in an open market necessarily. So that's a little bit of a different situation. I mean, there's a lot of like real minutia shit. So like, I don't really want to bore you. Also, it's baseball, so I don't want to bore you. So like, I mean, this was like the NBA talking about this shit. I might get a little bit more deep into this on the show. But like, hey man, you can read a fucking article if you want to. So just know that like baseball right now is kind of on like they're kind of battling with the MLB, the Players Association. So we'll see what happens. Some other stories off the field. Matt Harvey apparently could face MLB ban after admitting that he gave Tyler Skaggs opioids. Um, just recently, last week, a former employee, Eric K, got convicted for providing them to Tyler Skaggs. This is the Los Angeles Angels player who fortunately passed away due to an opioid overdose. I think he had some street opioids that were laced with fentanyl, and fortunately passed away at the time. And this was like maybe 3 years ago that this happened, and it was a very sad story when it happened, man. But I guess like the legal ramifications of like prosecuting people are now starting to like come about, and so yeah, apparently his teammate Matt Harvey, he did admit that he had provided him with some opioids at some time. So like I know Harvey, he was pitching last season in the major leagues, but he's been like in and out the last couple seasons. So I know he wasn't signed by any team prior to the lockout happening. So there's a chance that Major League Baseball could suspend him over that stuff because they're trying to improve upon their policies with in terms of prescription drugs and all that stuff too. Because it's sad he lost his life. I know Josh Hamilton had his problems with prescription pills as well too. So that's kind of its own like um, new territory, new terrain that these professional franchises are kind of dealing with and whatnot. So, um, yeah, man, sucks for them, sucks for them. But let me see what else happening, what's going on. Let's see. Dallas Cowboy. Da, 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 da. Talk a little UFC action going on. Yeah, UFC 271 happened last weekend. There was a couple interesting fights that took place. Israel Adesanya getting the decision victory over Robert Whitaker. I thought it was a pretty well fought match for both fighters. Whitaker came in and looked like he was a lot more composed and aggressive, and he definitely did his best to try to neutralize Izzy in terms of bringing him and like wrestling with him and bringing him to the ground a few times. So I thought he won a couple rounds, but Izzy ended up taking the belt. Now, some people thought Izzy was pretty convincing. I don't know. It just maybe I just got so used and you get so spoiled a bit by seeing someone's peak performance that when they give you something that's a little less than that, sometimes you like wondering like, oh, what happened? Like something's wrong with them, but they still might be terrific, especially in fight game or like if you have like a game opponent, then even if you win, you might like not look the best, but like it's the name of the game. Sometimes you just got to get the win however you can. A win's a win is a win is a win. So I mean, you can't be too picky about that shit one way or the other. So So yeah, that's part of it. I mean, um, I don't know. I don't know. But hats off to Izzy. He's still holding it down at the what is it, the 185 pound, is it middleweight? I forget all the names, man. But yeah, that division, man, he's been the champ and he's been at it for a minute now. So like so yeah, man, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing, man. So still the champ there. Bringing it down to the city kickboxing over in New Zealand. I love seeing him on all the podcasts. I love when he talks to Andrew Schultz though, because that's fucking funny, man. That's a funny dude. They got a good show there with him, Akash, and whole crew. Uh, Flagrant 2. So yeah, the other fight that happened that was pretty crazy. Tai Tuivasa knocking out Derek Lewis in his hometown of Houston, Texas, or adopted hometown, I guess. But damn, bro, did y'all see that fight? That was fucking fireworks, man. You knew somebody was gonna get dropped, man. These dudes throw hands and they do not protect themselves like they need to. So, like, and both of those guys have enough power where you just pop the dude one time and then like that could be it. Like that's it. Like that's fucking it. Like ice out, man. And damn, Lewis got KO'd. Man. But there was a couple moments where Ty was getting like wobbled and you're like, oh shit, Lewis needs like two more strikes and he's gonna put him down, and he was able to get his composure. He got him in like some clinch situations, got some dirty boxing in going involved, and was able to clip him a couple times, and then turned the tide, and then just nailed him one time with the haymaker. And he was just like, "Oh fuck!" Like those fights with the heavyweights like that, they could turn on a dime like that, man. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, that's UFC going down. Let's see what happened. I think there's some fights tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're going on right now. Let's check them out. Let's see, UFC schedule. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Oh yeah, I got Islam Makhachev is fighting today. In a couple minutes, they're gonna get the main card going. So yeah, Islam Makhachev and Bobby Green are fighting. And then the next one's UFC 272. Woo-hoo-hoo. This will be a good one. This one's next weekend. Oh, this one's bloodbath. Let's go. Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal in the main event. That'll be good. That'll be good. What else we have? Rafael Dos Anjos versus Rafael Fiziev. Edson Barbosa and Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell, young dude coming up. Edson Barbosa, killer kicks. Kevin Holland versus Alex Oliveira, Cowboy. Good matchup. And then Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy. So some big boys up in there. So yeah, that should be a good one. 272. That one's coming up next weekend. Look ahead. Who else do we have here? Yeah, then we got a couple other fight nights coming up after that. We have time to talk about those. So yeah, so that's your looking forward in your calendar here for the fight cards. Let's see. Uh, see who's boxing, who's doing what in boxing. Um, there's some fights that just got announced recently. Let's see. Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall fighting today. Oh, last week there was like the bare knuckle boxing, dude. Apparently Mike Perry like had some crazy fight. Apparently it was pretty wild. Mm. Everybody getting all beat up, messing up their hands and shit. Bare knuckle, crazy. Let's see. I think we talked about this last episode, but Shakur Stevenson, and Oscar Valdez are going to be fighting in Vegas, April 30th. That'll be a good one. Oh yeah, this one got announced. Tyson Fury and Dylan White, they're going to be fighting April 23rd in London, England. So that'll be a good one. Day before my birthday, so I'll be watching it. I'll be tuning into that one. Yeah, Fury putting the heavyweight belt on the line. Dylan White, he's a guy who had the I think he's got the WBO belt. He had the belt for a while, for a little stretch of time, and then who did he lose it to? God damn it. Dylan White. Povetkin. His name was Povetkin. I remember that. Let's see, where's his box rec? Here we go. What is this? See this? Whatever. Damn it, using these stupid. Whatever. All right, who did he fight? Damn it. Stupid. Stupid. Just give me this fucking information. Here we go. Yeah, Alexander Povetkin. He fought him the last couple times. So like he got knocked out by him in 2020, and then he won the last fight that he got. So he got a victory against him. That Povetkin dude was like pretty old too, but he was like up against. He was like towards the end of his career. I think he retired now. So yeah, so he had the belt and then lost it and then got it back. Yeah, kind of what happened. So yeah, he now it's gonna be an all British matchup for the heavyweight championship. So that'll be fun. That'll be cool to see. The other guy I'm trying to see in the mix is that Usyk guy. Man, dude's a beast. That dude is a beast. He took that shit from Joshua, deservedly, and now we'll see what he can do. See if we can challenge Tyson Fury at some point in the future. Let's see. Canelo Alvarez, he just signed a 2-fight deal for fights that are going on against Dmitry Bivol and Gennady Golovkin 3. Those are going to be his next 2 fights. So I think Golovkin has another fight coming up before that. So yeah, Bivol is who was Bivol? What division is he in? Dmitry Bivol. Let's see. Light heavyweight title. Okay, so that's what 185. Uh, so he's moving up in weight. Light heavyweight title since 2017. Yeah. Second best active light heavyweight. Let's see. Chilimba. Yeah, so now he's fighting Canelo. Yeah, light heavyweight. Where's the boxing light heavyweight? Let's see. 175 pounds. All right, yeah. So he's gonna go up a little bit in weight there. I think he was gonna maybe fight the cruiserweight champion. Let's see. Cruiserweight. Cruiserweight boxing weight. Let's see. Yeah, it's between 181 and 185. All right, yeah. Yeah. He was gonna fight this guy Ilunga Makabu. He was, gonna maybe go up there and get a belt there, man. Dude, freaking Canelo's just going all over the place, just snatching everything up, man. Oh shit. Oh shit. What happened? What happened with the camera? Hold on. We're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. I told you. We're back. Bam. All right. Well, hope that wasn't very long. Sorry for the interruption, folks. I was not as anticipated, but yeah, we're back here. We're doing it. Yeah, we didn't. Oh shit. Oh no. Hold on. Ah, damn it. All right. Well, let's try this again. Fuck. All right. God damn it. Ugh. My bad about that. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties there, but we're back here. We're gonna finish up this podcast strong. I apologize. I do apologize. Um yeah, man. Where were we? Where the fuck were we? Talking boxing. Yeah. Canelo jumping around everywhere, trying to get belts all over the place. And he's doing the damn thing. Doing the damn thing. Where were we? Where were we? Fuck. That threw off my momentum here. All right, let's talk NBA All Star Weekend because that shit was pretty wild, man. Did you guys see what happened? Did you guys see what happened? They got this new scoring system and whatnot. Had a whole revamped NBA All Star experience. They've been doing the whole pick'em tournament basically. Top two vote getters get to pick who's on their teams instead of doing it basically East versus West. So that's kind of cool. Add some new intrigue to it. But so that part's been cool. They've been doing the new different ending where it's like they have a set score and you got to reach that score instead of having time fourth quarter or whatnot. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought it provided for some extra entertainment. The one cool thing though is this is the NBA 75th anniversary of being in existence, so they had the NBA's top 75 members of all time team. They had the members of all the top 50 team 25 years ago, and they just ran it back again in Cleveland. So yeah, they had a big ceremony at the halftime show. They had a big announcement, and they presented. I'd say the majority of all the living members of that group were still alive, and there were still some who didn't make it for one reason or the other. We had different obligations or what have you, but man, it was great seeing Michael Jordan show up there at the end and being unannounced, being a surprise, because like he was not there the whole day. He wasn't there at the photo shoot that they did prior, or any of the other media obligations that they were doing. The members were doing, but he was in Daytona because he had his race team down there. They were participating in a race, so he took a private flight all the way up to Cleveland and showed up for that halftime show ceremony, and then just like showed out. You could tell he was feeling himself, man. It was a drunk MJ up there, fucking toasting up, having a good time, and he was it was drunk MJ. You could tell. You could definitely tell, man. He was buzzing. He was buzzing. He was out there behind the scenes talking shit to Magic Johnson. Just like, I'll play you 1-on-1 right now. Let's go. He was coming up giving him like the drunk uncle hugs for people. You know what I'm saying? Or he just run up and just like, how you doing, folks? And just like turn around, give him like a big embrace, man. He's like came up and grabbed Luca from the side and shit like that and gave him a big embrace and whatnot. So that was fun to see. Uh yeah, it was there was a couple moments that happened on TV that were pretty funny. So they announced the forwards, and then it was like the forward, centers, and guards. So like the forwards were already up there, and it was Paul Pierce and KG got announced next to LeBron, right? They're standing next to each other on like the dais or the podium or whatever in the center court. And they brought out Ray Allen as one of the members of the guards, right? And Ray Allen comes out and LeBron's standing next to Paul Pierce and KG, and LeBron is geeking over Ray. He's like, "Oh, what's happening, dog?" Like, "Oh shit!" Then coming up like he's like fucking homie, and Ray comes up and gives him dap and whatnot, and just daps him up, and you just see Paul Pierce and KG looking at him, just like, this motherfucker right here, man. Benedict Arnold ass motherfucker. Like you could tell, like they were seething. Like this is years later, they're not letting that shit go between them. Like there's something that happened between them, man. It had to be more personal than we even know or realize, man. Because it was that was a pretty crazy exit the way he left Boston and went to Miami and helped them win the championship the next season, because like he was a big key he was a key cog in that whole machine for that Miami team when they won the second one. So like they really needed him. They really needed him that year. So it was wild shit, man. Fucking wild shit. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on All Star Weekend. LeBron James had the game-winning shot. LeBron was all up in the media, all everywhere, talking about Cleveland this, Cleveland that. I want to play with my son. I want to do this. I want to do that, et cetera, et cetera. Um, I think they were trying hard for him to get MVP, and Steph Curry, wouldn't you know it, just goes out and hits like 15 3-point shots. Sets a record. Sets a record for the All-Star game. You're like, God damn, bro. You're like, what the fuck, man? He took that shit from him and snatched that award. Um, so yeah, Steph got that shit. The dunk contest kind of sucked. 3-point contest was all right. There was like who won that? Who won that? Karl Anthony Towns won that shit. He's like the second ever big man to win the 3-point contest after Kevin Love won it a few years ago. But yeah, that was it. That was it pretty much. They had some new skills challenge. I didn't get a chance to watch that or the other rising stars. I did see Myles Garrett highlights from him playing in the celebrity game, man. That dude looks fucking crazy big. Yo, that dude is a fucking beast out there. Dude's just yoked like crazy, man. He's fucking coming in just tough, just fucking jamming on fools and shit. It was just like, damn, man. You're like, get out the way. Get out the way. Let's see. What else happening? What else going on in the world? A lot of wild shit. Um, war with Russia. Kind of talked about that, bro. This whole like war with Russia is affecting like the sporting world, man. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there's a lot of stuff in regards to like the world of soccer, world football. There's a lot of Russian and Ukrainian players who play in other leagues. And there's a lot of players from other countries that play in like the Ukrainian league who can't get out right now. Like there's a lot of Brazilian players who've played on a couple of those teams. Shakhtar Donetsk has like traditionally had a lot of Brazilian guys on their team, and this year is no different. And so there's a lot of those guys that are trapped there right now in the Ukraine. And there's Dynamo Kiev also has some guys that are a lot of international players. They're two of the bigger teams, bigger clubs in Ukraine, and they traditionally play in the Champions League. You know, from time to time, they've qualified for that the group stages at the very least. So yeah, I mean these are like legit clubs, and they're just like in hotels right now, just bunkered down with their families and trying to stay safe. There's no way for them to fly out of the country because apparently the airports have been demolished. I think they bombed the airports there. So there's like one strip of land between Ukraine and Poland that apparently has been blockaded, or not blockaded, but there's just so many people trying to get out of there that they've like, you know, had lines of cars that are just like, you know, in the way. And so people are running out of gas. And so there's a whole lot of issues left and right about trying to get out of that spot right now. So it's a sticky situation. I know Russia was supposed to have some World Cup qualifying matches that were supposed to take place. I know Poland was supposed to be their next opponent. I think Czech Republic was a possible next opponent too. There's a third country as well too, and I think all three of them have like presented, um, uh, um, documents or whatever to FIFA, basically requesting that they do not play any games against Russia right now as long as they're in fucking starting a war in Ukraine. Some of those games are supposed to be in Russia, so those got moved. I know the UEFA Champions League, the final was supposed to be in Kiev. That has been moved to Paris, France. So there's a lot of different, little, you know, things that are happening going on. Hey, what's happening, Greece, Spain? Thank you so much for that sub. I do appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Yeah, man, we're just talking about world politics right now, man. It's fucking crazy. There's ripple effects that are going on to this stuff right now, man. So obviously, the most important thing of the people there on the front lines and all this shit that's going on there. But yeah, there's now sanctions that are going on against a lot of not just the national companies, but just the government itself, but the oligarchs as well, especially in the UK, because there's like a lot of Russian billionaires types who have done a lot of business in the UK, and there have been a lot of different issues politically that have happened between those countries. I know that there's been like claims that some journalists and spies have like poisoned people back and forth and what have you, and there's been dissidents who have been put away. So there's a lot of like craziness that's been happening. I know um, the owner for Chelsea Football Club, one of the biggest clubs in all of Europe, they are owned by this guy named Roman Abramovich, and Roman Abramovich is Russian. So he bought the team back in 2003, and so he's had it for almost 20 years now. But the last 10 years of him owning it has been a little bit shaky, um, particularly the last like 7 to 8 years. Because like he had issues with getting his visa renewed, so there was times where he wasn't even able to get into the country. Um, I think for like a year or two, he was working off of his yacht off the coast and just doing that. He eventually got like a visa through Israel because I guess he has like uh, Jewish descendants, so he got an Israeli visa, and then apparently he was able to enter the country but not work there. And then there was reports that he got another visa from Portugal because Portugal has a policy where it's like if you're somebody who has fled the Iberian Peninsula after due to discrimination, anti-Semitic discrimination in the past, which has happened a couple of different times in their history, they were able to offer you a free citizenship, I guess, passport. So he's apparently he has a Portuguese passport too now. But there was a lot of pressure now that there was people were putting pressure on him to sell the team and to put it up, especially because now he's got these ties and he had a lot of ties to Putin and to the Kremlin and what have you. And so apparently people have been asking him to denounce Putin and all that stuff, and he's starting to distance himself, but not enough to make people like appease the masses, so to speak. So now people are pressuring him to put the team up for sale. Apparently going to be worth like $3 billion. So I mean, like the man's going to make a pretty penny. But yeah. So now just today I was reading that he put the team in like a trust. One of his like whatchamacallit it foundations, I guess, is now going to be running it on his behalf. So I guess he's trying to distance himself from the ownership label a little bit more. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. That's fucking wild shit going on over there. But yeah, there's ripple effects in terms of what's going on. Yeah, and like that club, Chelsea, to their credit, they've been one of the more successful clubs in England during that time frame. I think they have like 3 or 4 Premiership titles. They've won the Champions League a couple times as well too, and they've definitely been there. So yeah, man, like we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, this whole situation is it's gonna be ongoing for a minute, man. Like fucking Russia, man, dude, dude. Like it's so crazy because we see it through like our own political lens and our own vortex here in America, and it's like everyone's talking shit about like, man, if Trump would have been so like buddy buddy or friendly with him, he wouldn't have maybe felt that he can get away with this shit and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't even know, man. But I know the one thing is just super weird is the fact that there's like super right wing people who are like defending like they were defending Putin's position prior to him attacking, and it's like, wait a minute, like back in the day, I thought the Republicans were the people who were most afraid of like being cool with Russia and cool with communism and all that shit. Like, what fucking what's changed? What's happening? What's happening now? So it's just, yeah. You look at some shit and you're just like, you sit there and you go like, like you're telling me this, but why are you telling me this? And it's like, so interesting stuff. But yeah, man. There's like a lot of ripple effects of what happened because it was the situation that happened in Ukraine with Hunter Biden and how uh Trump was trying to get on the Biden team against them, saying that like, why the fuck is your son working for this company, not even doing shit, and how is he getting away with this? And so there was that whole controversy that was going on, and then that led to Trump withholding military funding so that they could do an investigation. He's like, hey, y'all should look into this shit. Like, what the fuck's going on? You're fucking helping out my opponent. Like, what's the deal? So he did that shit for like a political tie, and then yeah, so that like that put Ukraine in like a compromising position. and then what was the next one? It was like puts Ukraine in a top compromising position. He's always backing Russia. So I mean, like Russia kind of felt they were just like, I don't see shit wrong with this going down. So it's like, fuck it, man. Like let's fucking, you know, put the pressure on these people because like nobody really gives a shit. And I think what made Russia kind of like be a little bit more forthcoming was the fact that I think Ukraine was thinking about joining the NATO alliance. So I mean, I would have put more troops closer to Russia, I guess. So they felt they kind of needed to like put their foot down. I don't know. There's a lot of other shit that goes involved in this that I'm just like surface area, barely getting involved in this stuff. But like, shit is fucking wild. Shit is crazy. Shit be going wild. So yeah, man. War sucks, man. And this it sucks too because there's gonna be ripple effects of like who the fuck's gonna now back up Ukraine, who's gonna be continue to be allies with Russia and all this shit. And it seems like just Russia's making this power grab just so they can control kind of like the I don't know, just that territory. I know that there was the access to the Black Sea that they annexed Crimea over. You know, there's been talk about like pipelines and trying to get that to the European market and what have you. So oil pipelines. Um, yeah, so I've heard that there's people who are like want to support the Ukraine just as a fact of just saying fuck you to oil to the Russia's oil money and stuff. We should like work with other partners to get oil. I don't know, either from North America or probably from the Middle East at that point. So if you want to work with people from the Middle East, those guys are not necessarily like the most morally upright people either, too. So it's just like, I don't know, man. So it just sucks when people's lives are now just being like put out there and lost and devastated. I've read a couple like crazy tales of people who've given up their lives for the Ukrainian military. People who have like I know one person I think blew up a bridge that would have given access to like um, major part of Ukraine from Russia, and he took his own life as a means to do that. So I've read a couple different stories, kind of similarly. So it's wild, man. It's wild, and bombs are raining down on you, man. It's fucking terrifying. I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine. I would say thoughts and prayers to all the people going through that shit, but like that's not even enough, man. Like that undersells what the fuck's going down. So yeah, man. I mean, shit should be wild, should be crazy, should be crazy out there. Um, man, I don't even know if I want to talk about no other shit, man. Fucking it is wild, wild shit. Um, oh boy, I feel like there were some other things that I read that were kind of interesting. I saw that there was the first ever Victoria's Secret model on the cover who had Down syndrome. So I think it was what was her name? Sophia Giroux, Sophia Giroux, Giroux. Shout out to Sophia. Um, I mean, I'm gonna give it to her, man. She cute, but like the thing about it is like she like I just fucking I don't know. Like you don't like she's she got a pretty cute body. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But like, do people do these things where they put people in positions because they think they're the most qualified for them, or they just want to do it because they just like want the attention for it, right? And like Victoria's Secret doesn't have like the most best reputation. I don't know. Les Wexner, kind of had some ties to Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know. I mean, yeah. so, so yeah, I don't know if they should be having like the moral high ground in many arguments in many cases, but man, how was that pitched though? How was that pitched in the meeting room though? Was it like, all right, we need some diversity. Hey, there's this chick, or like we need to find somebody who is like on the spectrum of having like different mental illnesses, so we can bring light to these people and give them a platform. Was it that way, or was it somebody like see her like prior and then got kind of like had some feelings about like, oh man, damn, she fucking, dude, oh my gosh, she got a killer rack, oh like shit, like goddamn, I feel kind of weird about this. Let's put it on the cover so I don't look like a fucking weirdo. Was it that way or was it the other way? Like, was like this fool is just like, man, I'm getting down to her. I don't care if she got downs. Like, let's go. Like, I don't know. How the fuck I was that pitch? I was that pitch. I don't know. I don't know. Am I insensitive? Am I big enough to be canceled yet? I don't know. These are all questions I don't have the answer for. So those are just thoughts in my head, man. So, but congrats to Sophia. She's Puerto Rican, so Latino gang. What up? um, what's happening? Um, Jesus, I don't know. What the things that happen in my head, sometimes I'm like, fuck, bro. Fuck. I read De'Aaron Fox's NFTs apparently went up in smoke. I don't know what's going on with that, man. These non-fungible tokens are just nowhere to, I don't know. They become fungible. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what happened. Shit. Shit, man. A lot of shit. A lot of shit. Um, Avocados have been suspended imports because the fucking gangs in Michoacan are going off and holding up production and shit, and like uh, yeah, they're running that fucking trade down there. It's fucking crazy. Um, let's see here. What else is happening? What else is happening? Jesus Christ. Yeah, there was some border guards who refused to give in to Russia and they were like fuck off basically and they just got all killed. I'm like holy shit and there was like a recording of it and that shit got out there. I'm like fucking wild. um let's see. What else is happening? Oh yeah, the fucking Pope visited the Russian embassy, trying to see what's going on. Man, it's fucking wild. Everybody getting involved in this shit. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's about it. I think that's about it for now. Yeah, yeah. That's enough. That's enough of me. Um, for the podcast. This is what we're a little over an hour into this shit. We're about done here, folks. Just let me say thank you everybody who's been tuning in. Thank you everybody who's been following along on all the different platforms. They've been following here on Twitch, on our YouTube channel, on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple, Google Podcasts, all that shit. Everywhere you can get podcasts, basically, you can find The Puro Caballero Show. Please give us a listen, give us a follow, like, subscribe, a rating, whatever you can do. Help us out, man. I do really, really do appreciate it. You can give the show a follow on Instagram at The Puro Caballero Show. You can follow myself at Puro Caballero. We have Out of Breath Productions, where we put up all our shows, all our comedy shows. As I mentioned, our next show is going to be going down at Thai Angel Bar on March the 8th. That is a week from next Tuesday, March the 8th, followed by March the 22nd. So that'll be the next couple shows we'll be running. You can see me. I'll be dropping in on a show tonight, actually, in Placentia, California, at the Group Therapy Pub. It's the Extra Crispy Comedy Show. Shout out to Troy Douglas for having me on, for putting that together. I'll be traveling around with another comic friend from NorCal, Jimmy Menezes, who's going to be in town. So I'm going to kick it with Jimmy a little bit after I'm done with this show here. So yeah, that'll be fun. I have some couple dates coming up. Oh, I'm going to the Lakers Clipper game next Thursday. That'll be cool. Hopefully LeBron's healthy. I just want to see him play at some point in my lifetime. That'd be fucking dope. Going with my sister and my brother. That'd be cool next Thursday. Day after, I have a show at the Wren Theater at McNamara Irish Import Shop. It's a small little theater, little box theater in there. So definitely come by. And yeah, got a show March 15th on the Sunset Grill in Hollywood. I have another show at the Formosa Cafe at the end of the month on March 25th. And March 27th, I have a show at Secondhand Sundays. It's a weed shop event that is fucking crazy. It's like yeah, a lot of vendors come out and they sell their product, and I get to do comedy for like 40 minutes to an hour, however the fuck long I want to do it, basically. So I go tell some jokes out there, and they hook it up. They got some good goodie bags, but yeah, no, they got some great prices on all the weed products you can ever want, man. Edibles, tinctures, all that shit. I think they even have mushrooms. I don't know. Maybe they sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I don't know. But definitely come out secondhand Sundays. I'll be posting all that information out. Yeah, and I'll be trying to get more book shows out here, but yeah. If anything, come out Ty Angel comedy shows on the 8th and the 22nd next month in March. All right. All right. I hope everybody's had a good Black History Month. I hope your Valentine's Day was good. I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl, NBA All-Star Weekend. I don't know what else. What else happened in this month? The weather in LA has been wild, man. It was normal LA winter weather, and then it got like in the 80s, and then it got colder than it was before, and now we're kind of getting back into the warm spot, I guess. I don't know what's happening. I say this all to say that I'm trying to get up on the roof so we could do some more fucking DJ streams up there. All right. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Put the pin on that. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. All right. Thank you, Respain, for tuning in. Thank you so much there for that sub. And yes, the Latino Dr. Phil clip I put up on my Instagram page. Definitely go check that out if you have not already. But yeah. Bro, we're trying to get to the 300 followers here on Twitch. I'm trying to get to like, what was it? I'll see if I can get 1,000 views on that video, but I don't think I'm there yet. I think I got over 500, but yeah. We moving, we grooving, we doing shit. Oh, what's happening, Frost, man? Yeah, man. I'm out of here. I'm just finishing up the episode. I'll post this up at some point, probably tomorrow. Put the audio video up on YouTube and on SoundCloud and all that shit. So yeah, man. You can follow me at Puro Caballero once again. This has been episode 104 of the Puro Caballero Show. You've been fucking amazing. Catch you next time.